On Sunday, October the 28th, 2018, in the Western German federal state of Hessen, or Hesse, a new state legislature was chosen. As expected, the traditional two traditional main parties of Germany, Christian Democrats and Social Democrats, suffered major losses, and the Greens are environmentalists, and the right-wing populist Eurosceptic, largely anti-immigration and strongly anti-Islam uh, Alternative for Germany uh, made major gains. Minor gains were made by the liberal, business-oriented and pro-European Union Free Democrats and the Left Party, which is a combination of left-wing socialists and former communists. The election results are seen as increasing the already difficult situation of the German federal Chancellor or Prime Minister Angela Merkel, who has a fragile coalition government of Christian Democrats and Social Democrats. Should Federal Chancellor Merkel be able to complete the current parliamentary term, which is scheduled to end with new Bundestag elections in September 2021, it is likely that she will not seek another term. There is also a likelihood that she will resign during this term, although the transition then should be carefully planned, because otherwise there is even the possibility of early federal parliamentary elections. And that, of course, requires two maneuvers. The federal chancellor asks for a vote of confidence from the Bundestag. The Bundestag then, or actually three maneuvers. The Bundestag does not give him or her a vote of confidence, but for the next 3 weeks, the Bundestag does not choose a new federal chancellor either, with an absolute majority of its members. So let's examine the results in detail. The Christian Democrats received 27% of the votes and 40 seats. The Greens and Social Democrats both received 19.8% of the vote and 29 seats. The Alternative for Germany rose to 13.1% of the vote and 19 seats. The Free Democrats increased their share of the vote to 7.5%, which gave them 11 seats. The Left rose to 6.3% of the vote, which gave them 9 seats. Altogether, there are 137 members in the Landtag, or state legislature of Hesse. Therefore, the government, if it is to be a majority one, since the Ministerpräsident or state prime minister must be confirmed by an absolute majority of the legislators, must have at least 69 seats. One possible coalition government would be the so-called Jamaica coalition of Christian Democrats, Greens, and Free Democrats. They have together 80 seats out of 137, which is a workable majority. If there was a so-called Big Three government of Christian Democrats, Greens, and Social Democrats, that government would be a strong one with 98 seats. The other parties in the legislature are unlikely to ask the Alternative for Germany to join the governing coalition. So these probably are the two main coalitions that are possible, although theoretically a so-called grand coalition of Christian Democrats and Social Democrats would also be possible. It would have the bare minimum seats needed to form a new government, 69. And also the left likely will be then shunned by the four mainstream political parties as being too far to the left.